We're camping here for free in Florida in the winter at Cumpressco Campground. We're gonna give you the full review, what we think of the place, and then tell you exactly how you can score free campsites like this in Florida too. So the road into Cumpressco Campground, if I'm even saying Cumpressco right, I guess. Cumpressco? How else can you say it? I don't know. Anyways, the road in is pretty easy. You're going to come off one of the main highways. No matter which way you go, there's two different ways to go. You're going to have to go on a dirt road. But roads are wide. Any size rig could fit on it.
And they did pave like random spots. And then it goes right back to dirt road. So I don't understand that. That seemed a little strange.
A couple of potholes to avoid.
Yeah, right before you get to the campground. There's actually in between, there's a bridge, a one-lane bridge you'll go over. And it's probably...
No weight restrictions on the bridge as far as we can tell. And there's been a lot of rigs come over it, so nobody fell in the river.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, 100 yards past the bridge is the gate to the campground. And in between the bridge and the campground is the potholes with some mud in them. You can go around them, so it's not too bad.
But in terms of boondocking locations, the drive into this one was very smooth.
Yeah, very smooth. And it's gated with a lock on it, so... It feels a little safer. So that was nice. I didn't expect it, but it's nice.
It is a little annoying. We have to open this gate every time we go in now. But safety. It helps with safety. Okay, this lock. The gate and the lock. I've never seen a lock like this before. I didn't know what to do. I actually spent like 15 minutes trying to open it the first time, and Craig didn't know what was going on. But anyways, you just look... I guess the last person didn't lock it back. You're supposed to lock this. And when you do unlock it, you just lift this up and it comes out. The gate is actually at the Green Swamp Wilderness Track Preserve. And so this is an area that has a lot of hiking trails. There's nice picnic areas. We didn't actually do any of the hiking trails, but they're out here. If you don't get emailed a gate code, because we did not, where was the number? I saw a phone number somewhere. No, that's the criminal disturbance. This number was the one I called, and I had to call that because I didn't actually get the email. Normally they send out the emails with a gate code, and they do change it like every so often, every week or so. Somebody will come out and change it, and if they change it while you're here, you just gotta look out for the email, or else you'll be trying to get in and out and you won't be able to. So there's actually two campgrounds here, Ashley Campground and Cumpressco Campground. We tried to get into Ashley. It's supposed to be a little bit better, but it was booked up, so we're going to Cumpressco.
Once you get past the gate, the road is dirt. It's pretty flat and smooth. It looks like it's well maintained. However, there is a few low-hanging limbs, branches, so just be mindful of that. You can go around most of them, and they don't really look like anything that would cause any significant damage to your RV or anything like that. I don't even think it would rip the roof membrane. Other than that, the road is pretty well maintained, and it's about 1.5 miles to maybe 2 miles back to the Cumpressco Campground.
So the actual Cumpressco Campground is a really pretty area. It's got nice shaded sites, picnic tables.
Lots of shade.
Lots of shade.
All of it. It's got all the shade.
So it's really pretty, but not so good for solar. Which we just recently installed a 2,800 watt solar system on our roof. So we're looking for sun.
I think since we have installed that solar system, shade and bad weather has followed us. Like it just, I don't know.
Or we just didn't notice it so much before. You really, oh, our donkey friend.
He's coming.
He's coming. Let's go see him.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so this is actually the best part of this campground, is our donkey friend who lives next door. Hello.
Hey.
Oh, he's been nibbling on some weeds.
Yeah.
Hello. He runs over and then doesn't really want to be pet.
There's a lot of shade in the campground. Not good for solar, but for the people that prefer the shade, it's perfect. However, if you go all the way to the back of the campground, the turnaround's a bit tight. You have a pavilion at the back. It blocks a lot of your turnaround space. And there's also a lot of low-hanging limbs, which you probably can't see because of the sun. But they're there, trust me. And if you don't believe me, you'll find them, I promise.
So we did come back here with our rig to the back and we got out.
We did, but if there would have been anybody else back here already parked, I'd have probably had to ask them if they could move their RV just so I could get out.
So I would say get out and walk it, especially if there's already people here, before venturing to the back if you want a backside.
There's also potable.
No, non-potable.
What?
You're
Oh,
trying to trick people.
I drank it.
Oh my gosh. So somebody really wanted coffee and decided that we could chance this non-potable water. And
like we're in Florida. All the water comes from natural springs, basically. So I assume the water's probably fine and that they just don't want to take the risk of
the liability.
Yeah, you know,
I kind of figured.
whatever.
He convinced me too.
Whatever.
So we made our coffee with it yesterday morning.
And then I filled a pitcher up, and this morning the pitcher had yellow water in it.
It was so gross. It was so gross.
It wasn't that bad.
It was so bad.
And it probably just means that the well is shallow and you got a little iron in your water, but
We're not dead yet.
I didn't drink any more either.
No,
so.
we didn't drink anymore. Right here.
Not this one though. This one looks gross. We didn't drink from this one. Ours look clean.
There's a few of these throughout the campground. They do clearly say, do not drink. But if you want to, you know.
We boiled it too. So if it is contaminated water for whatever reason out in the middle of nowhere, I don't know how. Oh, there is a landfill.
Oh.
That's right. So we could just be superheroes here in the near future.
So this is our site that we managed to get. As you can see, well, I don't know that you can tell, but we're in here a little crooked for optimal solar, but it's fine. As far as internet goes, we didn't even attempt to put Starlink up. Like, there was just no point. There was going to be too many obstructions with all the trees. Verizon, however, was really good. We got like 30 megabits per second down. AT&T sucked. That's who our phones were with, and we had to stay on our Verizon Wi-Fi the whole time because otherwise it would get like sometimes only like 1 megabit per second download. It was not so great. So Verizon's good. AT&T, maybe you could work with it, but I definitely wouldn't be doing any Zoom calls or anything with it. But overall, we really enjoyed our stay here, and we are about to be getting packed up to go to the next place. There's oh, that's open. Oops. Let me close that. I guess we didn't do a good enough tug on all the doors. Oh, this is why you should always do a really thorough walk around and tug on all the doors. We were in kind of a hurry today, and I did do a very good tug, and this thing was open. Luckily, I was recording, so I noticed. Okay, it's closed now. Closed. Okay, so how do you find free boondocking in Florida? Our go-to website for any campground searching and planning that we're doing is Campendium. You can enter in any location where you want to find campgrounds, whether you're looking for paid campgrounds or free boondocking spots, and it's gonna pull up a lot of stuff. They have a mobile app as well as this desktop site, and I prefer to look at the map view because I usually have an idea of the area that where we want to be in, but not an exact city or campground in mind. So most of the free camping in Florida is at these wildlife or water management areas. They're free, but you do have to reserve it online with a permit. So let's zoom in here and find Cumpressco Campground. All right, and here it is. So Campendium is gonna give you the website link, but just know that there are 5 different water management districts in Florida, and it seems that all of them have their own online reservation system that you need a login for. There are some limitations with these reservations in the water management districts. For example, you can only stay 7 days at a time and no more than 30 days in an annual time period within any one of these districts. You also can't have a reservation start on the day you leave with one account. So you can click to the website where you make a reservation right from Campendium. It's going to open up the correct water management district site, and then once it loads, you're going to be able to just click right on this make a reservation. This is going to give you all the details you need to know about how to make a reservation, creating your account, and logging in. So you're going to want to book your stay ahead of time. Usually you can only book 30 days out, and I would recommend kind of timing it so that you can be on 30 days ahead of time and making sure you get your reservation, because sometimes the permits do go fast. Some of the different areas have different rules about how far out you can book. Some you can actually stay longer than 7 days in some of the Northwest Florida campgrounds. So just be sure and look at the details of each site on these websites. Once you're logged in, you can come down here and just find the campground that you're looking for. For example, we're looking for Cumpressco Campground, which is in the Green Swamp West Tract. Here in this Green Swamp West Tract, there are a few campgrounds, as you can see, such as Ashley. This is another popular one, and down here we have Cumpressco. This is going to show you where how much availability there is. As you can see, a lot of it is booked up, which is why I do recommend snagging your reservation ahead of time. But if you see the date you're looking for, you're just going to click on it, and it's going to bring you down to the page where you can make your reservation. You fill in all of these details. Make sure that you don't put more than 7 days, otherwise it's just going to give you an error. And once you have it all filled out, you just check reservation ability, and it's going to reserve that site for you as long as there is availability. Then they'll send you an email with all of the information you need, including a gate code, because most of these campgrounds are locked off with a gate that you have to put a code in every time you leave and come back, just like you saw earlier at Cumpressco Campground. I really hope that this was a helpful review for you. Let me know in the comments if you've ever camped at one of these water management areas in Florida, and hit the subscribe button to catch us next time on Wild RV Life. You look at my finger.
He don't like that.
Yes, he does.
You're bullying him.
He likes it.